I've been working on an album. I've been writing an album for about the past 2 years, and
you?
Yeah. And then after a certain amount of time, I talked to my best friend Scott McKenzie into coming on as the drummer, but also I wanted him to do it because it was just a great reason for us to get back together and hang.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I wanted him to do it because he's a great arranger, and I needed all of my stuff started to sound kind of the same. Not the same, it was just very plain and bland.
Right, yeah.
I needed somebody I trusted, and he was the only one who's going to be that person.
Gotcha.
And unless he did it, I wasn't going to fully do it.
Mm-hmm.
So he came in, and we started writing. I finished writing, and he started writing a little bit of stuff. And a few months ago, I was like, we got to do this. We have to actually record, because I've been demoing stuff at home. And so I told him, okay, I'm just going to book dates. So I got a date to book, and I gave everybody an ultimatum. I was like, okay, we've got 4 weeks or 5 weeks, so we're going to go record, do the first 3 songs, and we did it. So we're at that point right now. We're about a third of the way done.
This is different from the Whatever Will.
Oh yeah, this is not a cover band. Right. This is all original music.
Good. Well, good for you.
I mean, for the most part, in the past 10 or 12 years, that's all. For the past 18 years, I've done mostly original stuff, and I've come back and done Whatever Will, and I played bass for another band at one point. But I've been in Ass Haulers and Whatever Will, and I was in.
I thought Whatever Will did original, but no.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
And the Ass Haulers is strictly original.
Oh yeah. And I was in a band called Ugly from like 2005 till 2010, 2011. Mm-hmm. And then before that, I was with Outspoken, and those last 2 bands were all original. So both had records out.
How long has music been you've been doing the music thing?
I've been playing since I was 12, and I've been playing in bands since I was 16.
30 plus years? Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's 35 years.
You're not even 50 yet, are you?
I'm turning 50 this year.
Yeah.
I was 14, 12, 14, 12, 17, 37 years.
Yeah.
I can't do math.
It's all right. I'm not grading anybody here.
All right. I need that. Thanks.
Times I've seen you here, it's been at like benefits and stuff.
Right.
We've lost some really incredible musicians in the last few years.
Yeah.
And I know you're very close to Kevin.
Right.
Doug. No, I mean, knowing the music scene right now, what is your take in this town? Let me before you answer it. I'm a huge fan of the music scene.
Right.
I'm got a lot of friends. Fortunately for me, I got a lot of friends who play.
Right.
I love if people want to hang out with me when I go out, it's generally going to be somewhere where music's playing.
But you're a fan of music.
I am a fan.
Front to back.
I'm a Friends fan, and I'm one. I don't need to go out of Louisville to get my music fixed. I don't. There's a lot of a lot of just talented.
Absolutely.
Male, females, everybody.
Yep.
Your take, though. What is your take on the music scene here?
It comes and goes. How long have you lived in Louisville? Your whole life?
All life. Yeah.
And you know that it comes and goes. It really does ebb and flow. I feel right now it's at a real ebb. It's pulled way, way back.
Why is that?
Because of the club scene. And because of the generational change that's happened. Let's be honest, 20 years ago, if somebody said Friday and Saturday night, you said fucking Phoenix Hill Tavern.
You leaving?
Yeah. He's got a Saved by the Bell episode to get back to.
I never saw him as screen. Toy Tiger? Was that?
But
back
that was at the end of the Toy Tiger. That was just at dead close.
Right, yeah. But Phoenix Hill.
But Phoenix Hill. But you look down on Main Street. There was Main Street Lounge, and there was all kinds of stuff to do downtown too.
There was. Yeah.
And the Highlands was still non. I call it gentrified. It was still not. It didn't have fucking American Outfitters. Mm-hmm. It didn't have.
I got you.
It didn't have chain bars, chain restaurants, other than fast food.
Right.
There was just. It was more of a Louisville centric thing, and it's really not anymore. But you're seeing these non-Louisville centric things who came in thinking maybe we're going to make $1 million because there's a lot of foot traffic down here, and then they realize, oh shit, this is not a money making thing for us. This is a local area, and people like me stay away from places like that in hopes that they go away.
Really? Okay.
It's like voting. It's voting with a bullet. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm going to kill you by not attending or patronizing your store. I'll patronize the guy beside you who sells bracelets or whatever, and he's local. Absolutely. And you might think he's slipshod, but I'll pay money for him because I can drive past his house,
right, yeah.
And I know he's local.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to put money in some guy in a yacht's, pocketbook.
Good point.
Especially if they're coming in to try to muscle culturally the center of this town. I think that's shit.
What is this center of this town?
Right, where we are. It's technically the heart of the town. Culturally,
It really is.
It's just a heartbeat now. It's not. I don't think it's very healthy. I think until these places are out and until art and creation gets back to being the center of the Highlands, I think it's going to be just another place that used to be great.
As a music fan, there's a lot of music.
Oh, that tastes so good.
Yeah, it does. We're here at Baxter's, and Baxter's they do their fair share of supporting the local music scene.
Oh yeah, absolutely. How many nights do they have music? 4.
It's like Tuesday. They're not closed. Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't think Thursday. They have Friday and Saturday.
Right.
So 4, yeah. And you actually, that's very healthy. 4 nights for a venue is pretty damn good.
Even if it's just like they're doing acoustic stuff, during the week. But that's the way people.
Yeah.
There are a lot of musicians in this town who, I'm sorry not to Bogart, who make their money playing music.
Right.
That's their job. And
that's what they choose. That's their choice.
Absolutely.
Right.
And places like this make it possible.
Exactly.
But to get back onto what you were saying about the town and music and what were you? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No. I say that there's enough talent in here. There's enough talent, and with just not just personnel, but within the type of music that's being played here, that's being done here, that keeps me vested, keeps me interested. I don't need to go to Nashville. I don't need to go to Cincinnati, whatever. I don't. We got a very good mix of performers, and like tonight, quick shout out, my buddy Kevin Cummings, who is the standing musician, the music gig here at Baxter's. He's the one that actually brought me to doing this podcast here.
Okay.
There are venues that give musicians the opportunity who are full time.
Yeah.
But for you, you're not a full time. You've got
not anymore.
Yeah,
no.
you've got a daytime gig and a real. Well, I'll say real.
I call it a real job.
Well, you call it a real job, but musicians who are full like Cummings,
they get testy when you say I got a. You have a real job.
Yeah, because to them, their job is real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know that from experience. My ex-girlfriend used to say, it is a real job. I say, I know.
The little short one?
Yeah.
I love her.
I mean, but, and she was right. It's not just me saying a real job, because I never considered music a job, even when it was a job. When I call a job is doing something you don't like and getting up and having to hit the fucking alarm clock.
I know.
And going, okay.
But wouldn't we all like to be able to say, gee, I love my fucking job?
Yeah. That's what anybody wants to do.
Do you say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, you do say that? With your real job, that you love your fucking job?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I like my job. I don't love my job because it doesn't do anything for my soul.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
All right. So yeah, the music scene for me very important.
hold on. I love that I have a job.
Yes. There you go.
But I don't. Hey, don't fire me, please.
Exactly.
I don't go home and go, God,
You're
damn, what a
you're
day.
kind of in the IT world.
No. Technically, no.
Okay, technically, but security.
We're in the communications industry.
Okay. All right.
We do communication systems for airports, transit hubs, all the big ones in the country, all the big major airports in America and most around the world.
Corporate.
It's a privately owned.
It is part. Okay.
Yeah, it's privately owned. It's not public.
All right. Jesus Christ, I've gotten I've got nothing right with my.
No, it's okay because we're not close. You know, we're not like
yeah, we're
everyday bugs.
not. But we should be.
We should be
Because
okay.
we both like to drink. We both like the sounds of music in the background.
Yeah.
We like.
And neither of us.
We like short chicks.
And neither of us are Russian.
Our neighbor Russia.
Or are you? Are you Siberian? Okay,
no,
you're part Siberian.
I'm half Thai.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right on.
But not Kim Jong-un Thai or Asian.
Kim Jong-un, I think he lives out in Fern Creek.
Yeah, there's something like that. he's one of those guys that the government.
Oh my God!
Says go rattle your saber and distract our number 45.
Yeah.
So with music, all right, talking music. Help me understand too, venues. It's tough for local musicians who only do original music,
right,
to exist. Now, I've got a lot of friends who do original music that have to incorporate covers,
right? To work, if that's what they want to do,
and it's working for them,
right?
Why can't we be this town? Why can't we embrace original music more than?
Because we're a weekend town.
That's a fucking great answer.
We are a weekend town.
Yeah.
And original music just doesn't happen on the weekends.
No, you're right.
If bands come through town, they don't come through town on just a Saturday or just a Friday. Mm-hmm. They have to be if they're a touring band, they have shows on Mondays and Sundays and Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, and a lot of, traditionally, not say traditionally, but in the past 20 years, a lot of original music exposure in this town has been through national acts coming through and a lot of original bands opening shows. There might be 5 of them, but they're still out there doing something on a Tuesday night. Mm-hmm. So there's not the support. There's not the people willing to go out and see music through the week like there used to be.
That's true. I mean, if and I'll call it because I can. You don't have to respond to this because I go out to the venues like the Levee.
I heard that place broke. Yeah, somebody said about the levee breaking.
Breaking is in financially.
It's like when the levee breaks.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm like,
I'm sorry.
You
have too much water. Too much water,
yeah,
Kevin.
Exactly.
Too much water.
Water with lime and Tanqueray.
Hey now.
Good point. I know where you're going with it. But I have a working relationship with the Levee. Mm-hmm. For some reason, they dig what I do. And and I get to do shooting from the lip music nights there, where they say, tonight's your night. You pick the band.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, but it's not Friday or Saturday,
right?
Which is their money making nights,
right? But they're just trying to put people in the seats.
Yeah, right. And I'm helping them do that, and I get that, and I want to. That's a part of.
That's the way to do it.
That is, and that's where the shooting from the lip. It's a podcast where it started as a podcast and I'm turning it into a brand.
Okay.
Which I'm calling the Shooting from the Lip Experience. Part of it, there's one part podcast. Were you at when I did my roast, were you part of that?
No.
Well, September of 2017, I did a
I remember
roast.
the roasts.
Chase Skinner, love you, Chase. Love, hate kind of thing. But that involves my daughter, and that's a totally different story. But Chase was my initial roastie, and it went off well. We did it here. We had probably 200 people here, and it was over the top. However, some of my closest musician friends, when I wanted to do my next roast, said, don't do it, Kevin.
Right.
There were some people that were just, egos were a little hurt. They didn't get the memo that some things were off the table. So then they just threw it out there. So anyway.
Yeah.
But
It happens.
the roast is going to be part of Shooting from the Lip. So I've got my next roast lined up for July. But it's not in the musician. It's in the film industry. It's Antonio Panto, who's a...
Right.
So that's at the Levee. I'm also doing... exploring comedy.
Right on.
I guess my point is what, like with the Levee, getting back, this is kind of where I was going, and I'm digressing a little bit, but going back to like the Levee. The Levee is on River Road.
Mm-hmm.
But, Friday and Saturday for the Levee, it has to be cover band.
Of course.
And here's and if I think I should be able to say whatever I want to say on my podcast. If Friday or Saturday does not consist of Soul Circus, Radiotronic, V Groove, Kirby's, there's a recycled kind of
Right. They have
group.
a rotation.
Right. I get it from a business perspective.
That's the way it's always been with bars, though.
With bar, and that's where I'm getting at, is that is the MO with bars. The
making
modus
money.
operandi. Yeah.
It's all. There's no other point to bars.
Can that ever? And this is where I'm going. Can that? What is the formula, or what is a way to deviate from that
to make original music profitable, to support it, and when you bring a certain act in and people come out, that is the only way that bars change, is when original acts or original artists bring a crowd and they do well at the bar.
Right.
Period. End of story.
Exactly.
It is about nothing else. Bars don't care about shit. And if you're a bar owner, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I played in bars for
It's a
a long
line.
time.
It's a bottom line.
You don't care. You don't give a fuck about the bands. You don't give a fuck about the quality of the music they play. You just don't want them to be fuck ups, and you don't want them to be a distraction. You want them to get up there and play, and you want people to pay money at the bar and to.
You want it to be
and a lot of people coming
in
through
the black and not the red for the night.
Absolutely, you want to make money. That's the only reason you're there.
I get that. That's where
And why deviate? They don't want it. Why even try?
Right.
Why even try to do anything else when it's a proven formula to get these same 5 bands in on rotation? It makes no sense business-wise to do it any other way,
I totally agree.
especially when they have investors.
Yeah, especially. I just hope that this is where I come into the equation, because that's so good. Do you need another one? Because he'll bring us another. He'll bring you another one. All right.
Yeah.
When he peeks his head, I'll talk.
Yeah. Boy, it tastes good.
When I in working with the venues, all I'm trying to do is get those 4 or 5 bands exposure.
Right. I understand that.
And but at the same time too, they got to be pretty decent. They got to be good.
They got to be good.
They got to be good.
There's a
And here's the
a bar
thing.
you have to make.
And I get this. People, I've had musicians reach out to me and it's like, I see you're doing music nights at the Levee. I want to be on. You got to have talent. I mean,
Right.
you can't just if you're up and coming. No,
you got to have some.
And here's the thing. Help me out. What is the MO? What is the process for bands who are just starting to try? Because for some reason, new bands feel like they don't get the opportunities that that other bands do, and probably not because they're new or whatever. What is the typical process for new bands to try to get themselves out there? What is probably playing for free a lot of
you
times.
play for free all the time, but you're also you look for any gig, any show. If somebody's doing a show and you can get on it, if you can get on a gig or a show, I mean, you're asking you're networking up until that,
It is network.
To try to find
there
the
you
one
go.
person
It
who can
is
get you the
networking.
gig.
Right.
Before that, a lot of times bands do things like open. I say open mic nights. Like Air Devils has an open mic night that for bands, and there's certain places that they used to that don't anymore.
But all you've done is justified. There you go, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thanks. There are opportunities
to be seen and for people to get familiar with you.
Yeah.
Without there are ways, but you have to try. But that's never changed. That's the same as it always has been.
But for those bands, they should have a daytime job.
Everybody should have a daytime job.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, any musician that is unsure who isn't in a band that's working, absolutely. Until you can make what you're making in a day job, playing music, you should not quit your job.
No.
That's me. But there are some people who do it and they fucking flourish, and some people perish. So it's nothing's set in stone. But for me, I would never fucking do that. I'm too old to do shit. But younger, absolutely, I would have, and did.
Getting ready to turn half a century, man.
Yeah, it's great.
When's your birthday?
September 18th.
Yeah. 5-0.
I don't
just
give a
turned
shit.
5-2.
Oh my God! Congratulations.
I'm older.
But you're not like your parents probably were. You don't think old. Did they think old? Did they seem much older than they were when you were young?
Like, kind of, because my dad, I grew up Southern Baptist.
Right.
Hard.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I learned
You learned how to hate honestly?
hate.
You learned how to hate people honestly.
Hate. Oh, good God. I got turned off by religion at an early age. I'm like, this is not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in a household where you didn't drink, you didn't smoke. Rock music was
Looked down upon. Yeah.
Yeah, that whole Southern Baptist thing, and now it's like, I actually tease my father about. I'm like, do you realize I couldn't connect with Kiss before, until I was a teenager. Yeah.
Did you realize you pushed me in the direction that I actually went?
I was like, yeah, like you. Yeah, I'm like, I'm everything you're not.
Yeah.
Just
Just to spite you. Just doing exactly the opposite of whatever you wanted.
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to religion, not so much the spite, but at a certain age, I still kind of remember a conversation with my father when it came to the Bible.
Right.
And I'm like, and I remember these words, this question I posed to him. And the response I got was like, I still to this day just shake my head. I'm like, Dad, do you really believe in the Noah's Ark story?
Right.
I'm like, to me, that just doesn't jive. And he believes it. And I'm like, oh, Dad, no, really? No, I'm like, Dad, if you use common sense, does that story die?
Now, how old were you when you had this conversation?
Early teens. And
You're like 4. Dad.
Yeah, I'm like, but here's the thing. Up until that early teen, here's the thing.
You're just getting along to go along. Going along to get along.
It's learned behavior at an early age.
Everything is learned behavior.
Well,
except human nature.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think religion as learned behavior.
It's an indoctrination.
But it's also fucking dangerous.
Absolutely.
Very dangerous.
You should not make people choose the absolute driving force of their life before they can use their brain of their own accord.
Early on,
oh, damn it!
Because what happened?
It went back. That's okay.
You were good. No, we're still recording audio.
No, I mean,
so
I'm just. It went. Oh, there it is.
I'll have periodic conversations with my father
Yep.
about religion, and he still to this day is God swearing. I mean, God fearing. Not gonna.
He's not gonna bug out now. He's too close to the fucking. He's too close to the end game.
He's not gonna change his
horse midstream.
Yeah, exactly, because he's rounding third and heading for home.
Right. So yeah, he's taking that the whole way.
Exactly. So, but I asked him, I'm like, "Dad, and I'll ask him about Noah and Jonah, the whale. And I'm like, and then it was like, yeah, I'm like, Dad, at a certain point, when does common sense kick in? And and he'll be like,
my name is Isaac.
I'm like, did a 900-year-old man really build the wooden Titanic and gather up 2 of every animal?
Do you think he got chupacabras too, like in Mexico?
Exactly. I mean, it sounds like that's an X-file in itself.
Like a Bigfoot, 2 Bigfoot, 2 Nessies.
2 Nessies.
I mean, if this shit's got to be real, it's going to be real.
Got to be real. You got to get every one of each, or 2 of each.
Safe and sorry.
Well, is it 2 of each, male, female, right?
I don't know. Is it? I don't know.
Well, anyway,
why would it be male, female? I mean, I understand. Well, I understand that, but wouldn't that put the ark in a precarious situation?
Well, here's the thing: if there was a bunch of animals on the ark, how do you get the animals? And that's what I asked Dad. I'm like, Dad, how did you get them to behave? Because you got meat eaters. If a fucking lion looks over and is hungry, probably on a boat,
top of the food chain.
Yeah, top on a boat for days.
Right.
40 to be exact.
all your shit is dead, except it.
I'm like the fucking chickens. I mean, lambs.
Right.
The lions are fucking salivating because they'll be like, "Thank you,
right,
thank you."
When the sun came out, the lion fucking pitches open the door and he's got a huge fat ass gut, and like, everything else is just bones and feathers.
Toothpick
There's
all the
not a sound coming from the inside of the ark.
I don't get it.
Like, I'm
Dad.
I'm here.
Just doesn't make sense. And he'll be like, "That's God."
That's what they taught me, so that's where I'm going with.
I know. I just I strayed away from church in my life, a very young age.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense.
I understand that.
Anyways.
My parents didn't even offer it as an option.
Well, here's the thing, Ricky Gervais.
I mean that, like, not in a good way. They're like, they'd already. I mean, all the kids, the rest of the kids were like, okay, no thanks.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Ricky Gervais. You know Ricky Gervais. He actually said it right. He said, when it comes to religion, wait until you are 20 years old to learn about religion. Then tell me what you think.
Yeah.
Because between birth and 20, you're fucking brainwashed.
Let somebody get an education and a little bit of life education under their belt.
Right.
And then let them, ask them if they want religion. Don't tell them to learn it. Ask them if they want it.
To me, common sense, caring, sharing, being nice.
Good people skills. Human skills.
Kind of goes a long way.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't need a fucking Bible
I don't care who you are.
Whatever. It's, I struggle with this. I got to throw politics out because you do a little bit on social media, which I love. I love checking your.
I'm more on Twitter than I am Facebook anymore.
I'm starting to pick you up on Twitter. I like that. And here's the thing. Best thing about social media is obviously you just speak your mind, and you're going to gravitate to whoever,
or find an old friend.
What is the Frankie Green State of the Union with this administration?
I got to tell you something. The only people who call me Frankie are girls that I've slept with. Girls that I have not slept with call me Franklin. And it is an absolute... When girls call me Frankie, it's because they've slept with me.
Really?
When they call me Franklin, it's because they're platonic friends.
Well, what do you want me to call you?
You can call me whatever you want. In this instance.
Lindsay,
but I'm not saying you have to. For tonight, we're going to suspend all meaning behind the Frankie and Franklin.
So, the Mr. Green State of the Union of this administration.
It's shit. It's total trash. It's a dumpster fire. There is nothing more to say about it. It's trash from top to bottom. There's not one capable or human person.
A lot of lies.
It's all it is. It's total trash. It's lies built on a garbage heap. And there's no better way. There's no easy way to say it.
But
we came from such a great situation we went from the fucking pinnacle to the pit in one day. We went from Barack Obama to Donald Trump in literally one day. Pinnacle to the pit. Top to the bottom.
The problem there, the Democrats, DNC, look what they shoved out. They jobbed Bernie. They fucking stole.
I'm not a Bernie fan, so you're not going to.
But my point is, they pushed Hillary down there, and then Hillary just fucked it up. And here's the thing: I didn't vote for Hillary.
Hillary lost it herself.
I didn't vote for either one.
Right.
Hillary. I think Hillary would. No. So let's talk.
Hold on. But you think we'd be better? You think we'd be in the same situation with Hillary? Hold on. You think we'd be? Hold on. You think we'd be talking about 10,000 lies?
No,
with Hillary at this point?
No.
Okay.
But we'd still get lies. We
got lies with JFK. We get lies with Barack Obama. You cannot look back and go, yeah, I'm happy with the way I didn't vote. You can't. Anybody who did not vote against him because of this or that, I didn't vote for this person. It came down to I had to vote for her. She was the best chance. She was the best chance to win. She was our best chance to beat him. And I would absolutely make that vote 100 million times. Do I love her? No. Do I like her really? Not at all. She was the only choice I could vote because, yeah.
I went with, who is it? Shit. Johnson? That's right. Johnson? Gary Johnson?
Yeah, Weld and Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I went with. Yeah.
I don't mind him at all. Weld is another story he's running.
Well, here's the thing. Help me out here. 2020 rolling around.
Yeah.
There's a very good, right now, I think there's a very good chance he can get reelected. I'm hoping that's not the case. Who on the Democratic side do you see as potential? Who can unseat him?
Well, right off the top. Oh, look out! I didn't do that. You pulled that. All right. God damn it, Kevin! You can't have anything nice. All right. Sorry, I got a little technical difficulty here. All right. Hold on. I'm trying to make this work again. Oh, you're gonna edit. All right. I screwed it up. All right. What are we talking about? I think Joe Biden declared 4 days ago?
Last
Thursday.
Right.
He's already got a 30-point lead, depending on which.
He's
poll.
not my first choice, by the way.
No, he's not. But I'm saying he declared Thursday, and he's got a 30-point lead. Obviously, it's going to trickle away in the next 2 weeks, and it'll be down to a 10-point lead. But policy-wise, and with someone who has zero intention of not saying what they want to say, Elizabeth Warren, policy-wise, she's the only one with any policy. Kamala Harris, if she had policy, she's been in 5 times longer than, no, maybe not 5. She's been in longer than Elizabeth Warren, and Kamala Harris still doesn't have policy to rival or even half of what Elizabeth Warren has. I would love for Kamala Harris to have the policies that Elizabeth Warren has. I think she's got everything I'd want in a president. Elizabeth Warren does too.
You're still not naming the guy I'm going for, but go ahead.
Who? Pete? Mayor Pete?
I'm on his fucking bandwagon right now.
But he likes to sprinkle his religion. Sorry, I'm taking another one. His religion, kind of sparingly, but it's still there. He's got a policy of.
But
He doesn't.
But he preaches his religion. When he talks religion, it's love. It's not divisive. It's not fucking Pence kind of religion.
No, I know, absolutely, I agree. But he also is of the belief that, you can decline certain things for religious reasons, like getting immunizations. Oh, it's part of his policy.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I haven't dug that deep.
I'm sorry. I don't want to put anybody in the White House who actively goes, I don't care if you don't want to. Hey,
no.
If you want to get everybody fucking sick,
you
on
can't-
religious reasons, knock it out.
If he is honestly, and I'll research this, if he is playing the religious card on policies, he'll lose my vote.
He's already doing on the choice to not get vaccinations. I'm not saying he's playing the card.
So
but they were asked about the policy.
Who's your ticket? Who's your ideal ticket?
Ideal ticket?
Yeah.
Fucking Elizabeth Warren and Kamala Harris.
That's it.
1 and 2.
You want the whole all female.
We've done it every other. We've done it every other way.
Do you think this is Biden's to lose? I mean, seriously,
I think Biden is going to win. Just because he's Joe Biden and everyone knows who Joe Biden is, right, wrong, or otherwise.
But can he beat Trump?
Fucking A, he can beat Trump.
Even with this, the
Joe
cloud
Biden,
over him about this,
no.
the sexual nature of his.
No, it's gone. He admitted to it. He said, "Times have changed. I'm learning." He's also, they made qualms about how he handled Anita Hill.
Right.
He's coming out and he said, "I feel regret for the way I handled Anita Hill and how I treated Anita Hill." Already, they've all gone away. But Biden knows how to get to Trump. Biden brings in the centrist and the conservative Democrats, which everyone else does not bring in, except
very appealing.
Except Elizabeth Warren is the only one who brings in a centrist and or a conservative Democrat.
I'm not feeling with Warren though. I'm feeling with Kamala.
Policy-wise, take away the hype, and you look at her policies, and you look at her record.
The whole Native American thing has hurt her because she played that card, and it turns out that she's like this much.
Doesn't matter. Everybody in the fucking world plays that card.
Okay.
Name me somebody who doesn't play that. I'm part Cherokee,
no,
and you're like, motherfucker, you're part Blob. You're not part Cherokee. Everybody plays that card in America because it's cool to do.
So you think the ideal ticket for you is Warren and Harris?
Yeah,
I love Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris is a fucking pit bull.
Yes, she's smart. She's got it. And she's younger.
She's not.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, she's not too young, and she's not too old. She's just a sweet
baby
spot.
bear. Just right. I love Biden. I'm okay with Bernie. That old blood. I like with Mayor Pete. He's the part of the millennial. He's that new blood. I just think it's a fresh perspective.
I agree, and I like his energy. But the deeper we need to get into his policy. No, we need to get into it. We need to get into his policies.
Right.
That's the only thing that matters to me.
Sexuality has nothing to do with it.
Oh, fuck no.
Okay. So.
Absolutely not.
Just checking.
Oh,
wow. I'm with you.
Absolutely not.
Well, and
who is it that? Yeah, I mean, I would love to have a first husband. Just coming from what we've come from, and this just bigotville that's living there now.
At the same perspective, wouldn't it be cool to see someone like him with his intellectual debate Trump?
Oh my God, he would absolutely murder him.
Oh, see that part for the whole that sheer entertainment perspective. Oh my God, I would love to see that. But I think Kamala Harris could.
She could eviscerate him. She could cut him limb from limb, and
here's the thing. I don't think Biden can step up to Trump's level in a debate. I don't see that.
I think you're underestimating Joe Biden.
Oh, maybe. Warren, I could see.
She's got it in her.
Who else are we talking?
She's the only one who can cut both ways.
Yeah.
Policy and profession and presidentiality and assassin.
I'm still concerned, though, that as of right now, I guess maybe Biden is the one guy that could unseat Trump. But I would really like to see some fresh blood in there.
I think everybody would.
Yeah. Not in Biden, to me, he's part of the establishment.
Absolutely. But he's also he's also somebody who's got a history of working bipartisanly. He's got a lot of friends in the process.
That's a good point. He does.
He doesn't have to make new
Lindsey
friends.
Graham, all those cats on the right.
You think Graham's coming back? Fuck no. He's gone.
Yeah.
All these guys are gone.
Right. They are. But to your point, Biden has to respect from a lot of people on the right.
Because theoretically, for a long time, they were neck and neck. I mean, the only difference, it's like differentiating between a Kentucky, like when I say Kentucky, I mean people outside of Louisville, Bowling Green, Lexington, and Covington. A Kentucky state Democrat was really no different than a Kentucky state Republican. They're exactly the fucking same. Their party affiliation just changes.
All right, let's go close to home. What's your take on Bevin?
Do you really want to hear it?
Of course.
He's
as we're being serenaded by Kevin Cummings in the background.
I'm trying to find the right word to get on Matt Bevin's map. If Matt Bevin was in front of me right now, I would put both of my fucking thumbs in his eyes and pound his head on the ground. That's what I think of Matt Bevin. He is an absolute shit show. He's an absolute trash governor. He's a carpetbagger. He came in here with his fucking mommy daddy money. Oh, I have a company that makes bells. Name me the last place in this fucking country you saw someone put up a bell. Show me that.
Bell?
A bell. Bong. A bell. Tell me, when's the last time you saw someone install a bell? When's the last time you heard of someone talking about they needed a bell? Matt Bevin has a bell company. That was his company.
A bell?
A bell.
I don't get it. What are bells doing these days?
That's what I'm saying. That was one of his things. Oh, I have a bell company. I'll tell you what that company does. It's a shell company, and they steal and they lie, and they're a corporate fucking raider company.
They're not supplying the equipment for the AC/DC song?
No.
At the beginning?
No. They are liars and they're cheats, and it is a shell company, and he uses it to steal. He uses it to make money, and they don't make a bell. If I had him right here, right now, I would ask him about the bell making process. I've boned up on it just so if I ever see him, I can ask him a question about how the bell process goes, about making it. Tell me about the process. Tell me about what they call the dew on the bell. Let's talk about that. I hate him. I think he's trash. I think he's played this Trump.
He is jocking Trump big time.
He's just trying to win. I think jocking. Matt Bevin has Donald Trump's dick in his mouth. Purely and simply, he's not jocking him. He's sucking his dick. Matt Bevin is trash.
Swallowing.
Oh, he swallowed. Matt Bevin doesn't only swallow, but he pulls it out and lets him squirt all over his face.
Let's talk about
cocky. Whatever he likes, baby. Whatever Donnie likes. Matt Bevin is this. Matt Bevin has got his kids, and then obviously his wife has this need. She wanted more kids, and Matt Bevin was obviously like, we are not going to have more kids. She's like, then I'm going to fucking adopt. And he was like, okay. So she decides to get this menagerie of kids around her. She's got like an African kid and a Serbian.
Really? I really don't know this part of it.
Yeah, so they've got a bunch of kids. They got like 9 kids, and they're all five of them are adopted.
Angelina Jolie type of shit going on here? Okay.
But when I saw her on the night of the election, and the look on her face was like, help me. She looked like she was doing Morse code with her eyes, like help me. But I mean, he's got a menagerie of kids, and he picked one of them up like he was picking up a wet fucking dog. He was like, I was like, oh my God, that man's never met this kid before in his life. He's such a piece of shit. And if I had it, and if I could get a friend of mine worked at a place, and they were going to do a Matt Bevin fundraiser, or they were doing an event, a private event. It was a corporate thing, some kind of medical field thing. She said, "Yeah, we're having Matt Bevin for something," and I was like, "Oh, when?" And she said, I can't tell you that because I know how you feel. I'm like, no, but you could slip up and tell me when, and I could show up uninvited.
Slip up.
You know, and let me tell you what, if I would have known, I'd have fucking potted him in the face. I would have hit him. I would have hit him with a baseball.
You know, there's rules against that, Frankie.
I don't give a fuck.
You don't want to go to jail,
dude. I'm 50. You think I give a fuck about going to jail for fucking punching Matt Bevin?
I know, but it was just like.
I don't care if he's in my arm length. He's getting his collar snatched.
Okay, fair enough.
And I'll arm wrestle him or fight him on national TV if he wants to do it like that,
or on a podcast.
Oh, fuck! I'll do anything Matt Bevin wants if he thinks he's a tough guy.
One thing is not very cool. I know you are. One thing is not.
I'm
very,
not.
What
I just hate that.
One
guy.
thing is not very cool about.
Okay.
Him. You know, with the teachers, they did their. What was the word? It's not a strike, but they stick out. And then he makes the fucking comment that where there was a child or something that
it was because of the sick out that a child was shot and killed.
They blamed the teachers,
right?
Because no school, kids are not in school,
right?
It wouldn't have happened. In theory,
you keep pushing this table.
No, stop!
I'm an idiot.
In theory, he's right. Because if the kid was in school, probably wouldn't happen. But for him to fucking go there and make that kind of bullshit statement, I mean,
no, the kid was shot because someone shot the kid.
Well, that's true too.
The kid was shot because someone pulled the trigger on a gun, shot the kid. That's it. Who knows? What if the kid was home sick anyway?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what's it? The fucking? It's his mom's fault then. So, fuck Matt Bevin and anything that comes out of his mouth that's not jizz.
Does that mean he swallows?
I don't care what he does, but I know what comes out of his mouth, and it's Donnie's. You know, Donnie's stuff.
Yeah, we are in a very divisive time.
Yeah,
where. And people who listen, I have a few people on the right who listen to this podcast.
Yeah,
man, and they're loyal. And a lot of people that are on the right don't listen because I do lean left with this podcast. But
fuck them.
Not so much fuck them. But here's the thing.
Good for them for not listening.
I just fucking think they have no sense of reality. I mean, good God. You've got a guy in the White House who is a habitual liar. This is what is pathetically sad when you got guys like Franklin Graham.
Oh my God!
All the evangelicals who endorse him,
right?
Endorse a guy who, based on Old Testament, would have been stoned to death. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know, right or right.
And based on common sense and common courtesy and common community standards, would have been thrown in jail by now if he were not the president of the United States.
I shared this take with some of my right friends. Go ahead.
It goes back to your religion thing. These are learned behaviors. These are behaviors they learned from their parents. Right. And these are people who will not take individuals or situations on a one-by-one basis.
No, I'm with you. I had this conversation with some right friends of mine. I flat out said, when it came to Trump, when it came to Trump in 2016, when it comes to Trump now, first let me backtrack.
Okay.
The U.S., United States, we're a fucking racist country. We really are.
It was built on racism.
All racists.
Our foundation is nothing but race.
All racists support Trump.
Period.
And my right friends were like, "Hey, how dare you?" Blah blah. But I was quick. I'm like, "No, you're not hearing me. All racists support Trump, but not all
Trump fans are racist. They're not mutually exclusive.
Yeah, exactly. But all of those fucking alt-right skinheads, white is right, black, and all these other colors are whack.
He's the Pied Piper for those fuckers.
Exactly.
And he loves it.
He does.
Attention. It's attention.
And
if we didn't pay attention to him for 2 weeks, he'd fucking wither up and dry away.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, this is a guy who actually went to Jack Dorsey, Twitter CEO, and complained because he lost followers on his Twitter account.
Yes, I
because
saw that.
A lot of those were like Russian bots. Or whatever.
Fake accounts.
This is how fucking. Here's the thing.
He's an entertainer.
There's a great video out there that showed, like Fox News, that all the shit that they ripped Obama about.
Right. Like the beige, like the tan suit, or
the
beige suit,
ripping on his golf, playing golf, all this shit, and then it's like, oh, listen to what they're just saying. Now imagine them saying that to Trump.
Because they're small-minded and all they care about is winning. That's it. Winning is all. Seeking no truth, Metallica. Seeking no truth. Winning is all.
One of my favorites.
Find it so grim, so true, so real.
Ever. They're still killing it.
So yeah. God, I can't wait till that man is not alive.
Well, here's the thing.
Nice way to say it.
Let's look ahead. 2020.
Yep.
If he gets, depending on who you talk to in the political media scene, they swear up and down that even if he loses, it's going to be you're going to have to force him out of office. I mean, seriously, he's not, because to him, the election will be rigged. He will spray that spew with his core base. Let's look at it. 2020. Say he loses.
Right? I'll say it. He loses.
What's his core base going to do? Are we? I mean, seriously, be honest. How close are we to a civil war? If he could provoke us into a civil war.
He could, but you know what? He won't.
You don't think?
No.
But do you really think he'll actually voluntarily leave the White House?
He'll have no choice. He will be removed by the Secret Service, physically removed, and or
that would be
the the military.
That would be great. TV.
By military use, he will.
I can see Wolf Blitzer going breaking news.
He will be physically removed if he refuses to leave the premises. The White House, he will be physically removed by the military.
No offense to you, Trump supporters. I'm really hoping that plays out that way. I want it for good. It would make for good TV.
I want to see him dragged out. I want to see him dragged out like Jim Baker was when they found Jim Baker when he was crying and and they put him in a straitjacket and let him out. Literally, had put him in a fucking straitjacket and let him out. Whatever he said. I want him to be taken out like that, and I want them to drop him on the steps with his legs in shackles. I'm terrible.
Close to an hour of recording, so let's wind this down. I have my little round of shots, some quick Q&A. I'm gonna throw this at you first, and then I'm gonna end with 3 questions that are on my personal bucket list.
Okay, and can I like plug a quick music thing at the end?
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Music thing, I should say, not music.
Music. I mean, what language are we talking?
Yeah, I don't know.
The
Slavic.
Heineken language.
Yeah, it's like it's an hour and a half.
So
Dutch.
There. First concert you attended?
Kiss.
Really?
Yeah.
Like here in Louisville?
Yeah, 1978. Yeah, Freedom Hall.
You always been a Kiss fan? Still?
I have.
You still play Love Gun?
I've had to put Kiss
you
away.
You play Love Gun in the background when you're banging a chick?
Not anymore, but until like 3 years ago, I would just put on like Love for Sale and Almost Human.
What was that? What's that?
I put
song?
Christine 16 on.
Christine. Oh,
Christine 16, and then I'll put like a Shock Me and Almost Human and
put
Plaster Caster
Dab
on.
Spav on.
Yes, and it was great.
Yeah, great.
I wasn't even thinking about the Christine 16, but yeah,
No,
right.
no,
You're
there you go.
It's such a terrible song.
I love
You know that
the-
song was sampled for. Bum, bum, bum,
What about Dr.
bum, bum,
Love?
bum, dun, 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 call me. Funky Cold Medina, Christine 16.
Really?
Yeah.
That
Bum,
sample
bum,
of it.
bum,
I gotta look up now. I'm gonna fucking listen to that.
yeah,
tonight.
and like Jamie's Crying is for the other one.
Funky comedy.
Right.
No,
Bum, bum, bum.
Wild Thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's the one. Anyway,
Kiss was your first
Kiss.
choice.
Yeah,
All right.
I've had to divest myself from Kiss. They're just a fucking dumpster fire.
But they are still
They were an inspiration.
very entertaining band.
They were.
All right.
Now they just stand
They kind
around.
of done the same. They've been doing the same shit for a while though.
Yeah. All the gigs look the same.
All right. Fair enough.
Nobody wants to hear any new music.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, flight. Period.
Period.
End of story.
In the end, if you were stuck in an elevator with the
I live by the airport, so I would be in so much trouble right now.
no fly zone, no fly zone.
I'd be like, what about this?
Exactly. Yeah.
Sorry. So
Sir, we got a situation on the radar. It's that Frankie Green guy.
Yeah.
Frankie, I call him.
It's Frankie.
It's
Yeah,
with the cape.
the whole
Is he with
tower.
Is he with the cape?
Yeah.
No, he's just flying.
the whole tower slept with him, so they're all calling him Frankie.
If you're stuck in an elevator with a celebrity, who would it be?
Wow. Whoo, that's a good one.
Come on, it's called Rapid Fire, man.
Alias Shawkat.
I don't know.
She's an actress.
Okay.
She's
Young
bizarrely.
girl, yeah.
She's
give me
got
something
great.
she's in.
I think she's I can't remember. Let's look on our phones. She's
We'll
she's
Google her. I'll
she's-
put the picture on the.
she is strangely and bizarrely beautiful, but I love her as an actress. I think she's fantastic, and I love watching her in anything she does. There's something, I don't know what it is about it. It's not just a sexual thing. It's not just me going, oh, she's hot, because she's not traditionally hot at all. She's an attractive woman. Of course, I've got no reception.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't do a live show here, by the way.
Yeah.
She's pretty.
She is pretty, but she looks. I mean, she's got all kinds of
No, I got you.
It's
I like that.
it's a whole different.
I guarantee some of her looks though was probably fucking sexy.
I mean, she.
Oh, that too.
She's a great actress. She's interesting. She's very interesting. You're tired as hell.
I'm tired. This is my fourth. I'm dragging tonight. Give me a pet peeve.
Not shutting up, talking too much. That's it.
Okay. If you had access to a time machine, it can go anywhere in the past. Not to change the past, just to observe. What era, time frame would you go?
Probably. Oh wow, I would go back and watch. I would go back to about 2 years before Jesus was crucified, and I would watch the whole thing happen. I want to know how it happened.
Right.
I want to know how it played out.
If it played out, right.
How it played out.
Right. Same. That's a good one. Pyramids.
Of course, I would have been.
popular.
Yeah, I would have been fucking stoned to death for just not being one of them. But it's like, fuck, it's okay.
All right.
I would rather try.
Those are those quick rapid fire. These are my bucket list questions, and I'll just rattle them off, and you can just give me quick answers.
Yep.
I need to know before I die the true answer if there is a God.
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no? Is there a God?
No. Do I need to know? or is there?
No, it's my question.
Okay.
So, yeah. So
No.
if I'm asking that question
No.
out loud, you would say no.
No.
Are we alone in the universe?
Yes.
No life outside the universe? You don't think there's aliens that exist or another life form outside of? You really think?
I wouldn't. Let's differentiate between life and organisms. That's not the same. It's not. It's not the same as an organism and a fetus.
Fair enough. But you do not think there is
There's not another intelligent life form in the solar system or in the galaxy. Period.
Wow.
You think we wouldn't have fucking met them by now? You think they wouldn't have come here and shown us what they can do by now? Are you shitting me? We've been here how long? How many millions of years?
I actually think they've been here, but they've been here like back in the day. I actually think that's where we derived was from aliens. So,
I think some of us probably, if some of us probably did.
and this last one is that truly, what happens when we die?
We rot in the ground and we become fertilizer for whatever grows next. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
There's actually some. I saw this on the website, on the internet the other day, where you can take your ashes and they incorporate it with like a tree seed, and you
can grow. They put you in like the ball at the bottom of the tree, and you become seed to a tree.
So nothing, no heaven, hell. Kind of thing.
What we got here, we're no different than. We kid ourselves to think we're any different than flies. We have a season just like they do. Ours is longer.
Yeah.
There is no God going, oh, let these flies be born onto this world and fly around for one season and be splattered onto a car windshield. When flies die at the end of the season, you see them jittery and they're dead, and they're dead. If there's a God, he just isn't interested in us. He's got to be interested in the fucking flies. He's got to be interested in the rats. He's got to be interested in all the ants I just killed. He's got to he's got to be a merciful God. And if he's let us go on this long, as fucked up as we are, then there's not one.
I cringe whenever I hear my friend, anybody who say, who give glory to God, who God is good. All right, God's good because of some good thing that happened to you. But what happened when I actually sent this to myself, and there was like a five-year-old that was, his mother and father beat him to death.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
where was he then?
Where was God then? And their response is, well, God works in mysterious ways. He's free will. I'm like, well, okay, I'll buy the free will thing.
Okay.
But don't give him fucking credit for something good.
You can't pick and choose.
And then when I say, what about this bad thing? Oh, it's free will. We let...
That's bullshit. It's their...
Yeah. If he's almighty, shit doesn't happen.
Right.
Bottom line.
And I believe if there is a chance there is a sentient being out there who's something...
Potentially.
Who at least... I think he worked in the way that we work when we spin a top. I think he went... whoosh, and he just stood back and
let
watched.
it go. I'm all about that. I do think there could be a higher power just turn us loose and let shit happen. But don't fucking give him credit for something good, but not have the fucking balls to not shoot him down or call him...
Or take him to task.
Exactly.
Are you familiar with an artist named Father John Misty?
I've heard.
Okay, he's got a song, it's called When the God of Love Returns. And there are lyrics. It's this subject. He's taken God to task. When the God of love returns, they'll be hell to pay. The world might be out of excuses. I know just what I'd say. Let the seventh trumpet sound. Blah blah blah. And he goes, hold on. We've endured your. Basically, he says we've endured your intolerance. We've done everything you've said, and at the end of this, you've got the gall to judge us. We just want light in the dark, warmth in the cold, and we've endured everything you wanted us to endure. And now you've got the gall to judge us. I don't think. I don't believe there's anything. I think God is a construct to help people put meaning where there absolutely is no way to know. There's no way to know how this started, because once you start delving into the universe and the emptiness that is, and the infinity beyond, just to imagine what an empty a blackness that lies out there that goes on how far, Kevin?
Right.
It's unfathomable. God and religion is a construct for us to be able to go, okay, there's a reason it's like that. So he did it. It's the chicken and the egg. But it's something we're never, ever going to know. And we don't need to know. We just need to enjoy our fucking time. We're going to die. Just enjoy it. Don't worry about why.
Enjoy life now. Don't worry about the fucking afterlife.
Right.
Yeah, so.
A time to reap and a time to sow.
Exactly.
You know,
thanks for hanging out
do everything.
with me, man.
Turn. Thank you for having me.
Man.
Thank you.
Come out anytime, man. This is what a podcast is. It's just
absolutely
good stuff.
I'm going to start one, and it's only going to have you on it. It's just going to be you and me every week, be like this. So, what do you think about rat traps?
It's funny you say that. I think you could pull it off. Someone like you. Why are you not doing a podcast?
I would make it about me. I would end up making it about me.
All right, why not?
I just don't want it to be that guy right now, because it's you do this. I mean, you have people and you have these things, and it's not about you. It would be me in my house making it about me somehow, and it's just the last thing I need at this point in my life is another exercise in vanity. You know what I mean? Before I go, can I plug the music? All right. So the first 3 songs of this record, it's going to be rolled out 3 songs at a time over the course of about 4 or 5 months.
Cool.
The band's name is, I'm not even going to say the band's name. I'll let people know. But the first one's going to go up end of June. First 3 songs, end of June or beginning of July. And it's going to be to be able to stream it on all the streaming everywhere, or buy it in all the regular spots. Right. So probably Silkwood Showers is going to be the name of the project. Nice. Probably. So we're just going to sit on that for a minute. And it's been like that for about 6 months.
It's a long ass minute.
Yeah, it has, but it means something to me and someone else. So it rolls off the tongue. But anyway, yeah, the music's out there. It's fun. It's rock and roll. It's not fun loving rock and roll. It's rock and roll, like I call it 70s rock, to where you can do whatever and it doesn't sound like you're 10 different bands. Good. You're like, oh, you do a slow song, man, they must be a ballad band, or they do a harder song, or so they must be heavy. No, it's just rock music.
Right. Rock's my go-to.
Is it?
Yeah, absolutely. And my all-time favorite band. Well, arguably my all-time favorite band is Rush.
Okay.
Metallica is one of my other favorites. But at the same time too, I'm a Duran guy, and I love but yeah, rock is still my Duran is that dance kind of, and I love that beat, but rock is still, man. I'm kind of partial to watching chicks shaking their ass.
It's weird being a guy, isn't it? You're like, you like what you like.
And chicks, and when it comes to that rock music, chicks.
It's part of our DNA.
It is.
All right, I'm going to world premiere a new song. You ready?
Go.
I'm not really.
I want to challenge you. Why don't we do this?
All right, that's it.
Is that song available?
No.
Is it near completion?
Can
you give me a sample to add to the end of this podcast? We're not uploading.
Maybe.
Well, you got a few days to think about it.
Maybe.
You got a few days to think about it.
Maybe.
You got a few days to make it happen.
Maybe.
I love you.
I love you, man. This has been cool. You let me come on and do this stuff, and it's terrible.
Well, it's not terrible. It's to me, it's great conversation.
See, there's more of it that nobody ever is going to hear until the next, till July.
I'm going to take you to task. I'm going to get a good sample to put on the podcast.
Oh, Kevin's going to sample it now. Now I'm going to charge you for the sample.
Frankie Green killed it tonight. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, man. Thank you for having me again.